My son's lips were blue. His voice shook as much as his hands. Daddy, he locked me in the freezer. The video call shook. The front camera showed a narrow space, white walls, metal shelving, and a tiny shivering boy curled up near the back. 3 hours, he whispered, as if saying it louder might make it worse. He said, he'll put you in the wood chipper. If you come. Then came the laugh. Not from my boy, from her. She leaned into the frame, perfectly lit. Mascara, unmoved. Kids make things bigger. He left the fridge open while playing hide and seek. That's all. I didn't speak. She always confused silence with giving up. Her boyfriend Kyle's face appeared, grinning. Heard you're in Tokyo. That's cute. Your kid's funeral is Monday. The screen went black. I didn't blink, didn't breathe. I called my assistant. Get the plane. Now she asked, where to? I told her I wasn't flying alone. They had no idea who I was bringing or what they'd started. I trusted her once enough to give her my name, my son, half my blood. She took all 3 and fed them to a stranger. She said, I worked too much, traveled too far, that I abandoned her emotionally, whatever that meant. Truth was she wanted someone who'd stay home and worship her moods. She got him a failed mama fighter turned bouncer with an anger problem and the brain of drywall. I'd seen the bruises on my son's arms during custody exchanges. They were circular, like thumb pressure, small enough to deny, big enough to remember. She laughed it off. Boys play rough. The court took her side, said the child needed a mother's steady care. What he got was a cage of smiles and threats wrapped in a suburban kitchen. I watched from 12 time zones away, silent calm, waiting until today, until the words freezer and wood chipper broke whatever was left of my patience. But rage is a poor tool for being exact, so I packed strategy instead and made one final call. It started before the plane landed. My lawyer contacted C anonymously with an audio file, attached my son's voice, time-stamped GPs, verified a thermal image of the garage freezer. 5 degrees inside, latch closed from the outside. No judge would ignore it now, not with the government watching. Meanwhile, I reached out to someone I hadn't spoken to in 5 years. My sister Alice. She was a trauma counselor. She knew how to listen. Record and file. She flew in on the same plane, sat beside me reading transcripts from my son's therapy sessions, details he never shared with me, burn marks, ice baths, threats whispered while mom wasn't looking. But she always was. She knew, and worse, she allowed it. We touched down without a sound. An armored SUV waited on the tarmac. 3 men inside, quiet, unarmed, but not unprepared. The Department of Justice badge around one of their necks. Said enough. I didn't ask questions. I'd already given them the answers. They didn't knock. The door broke open just as her boyfriend Kyle sat down with a bowl of cereal. My son screamed from upstairs, but this time people came, real ones. My sister Alice followed CPS into the house. She held my son, whispered something I couldn't hear. He clung to her like she was oxygen downstairs. The agents moved fast, laptops, phones, external drives, all taken in the kitchen. My ex's voice cracked. This is crazy. He's trying to manipulate everyone. One agent pulled a USB from his pocket. Here's the video of your boyfriend threatening a minor over a video call. Her face went white. And here's the transcript of your call to the freezer delivery company. Special request, internal locking mechanism. She looked at me, but not like I was a monster, like I was prepared. Who are you? She breathed. I didn't answer because I no longer owed her the truth. In the courtroom, she wore beige, the color of guilt hiding behind sympathy. Her lawyer tried to fix the damage, said the boyfriend acted alone, said she had no knowledge. I handed the judge a binder, each page dated, logged, documented, missed pediatric appointments, emails to her employer bragging about the custody victory, voicemails, photographs. The last page held a screenshot of the video. Call my son in the freezer. The boyfriend behind him, mid-laugh. I never touched him. She whispered. I leaned in just enough so only she could hear me. You didn't have to. She didn't cry. She trembled because she knew that full custody was mine now, that her access would be zero, that her freedom would be a coin toss in the Hands of a federal prosecutor. The judge signed the emergency order without comment. She looked at me one last time. I looked right through her. We stayed in a hotel. That night, my son clung to me like something might drag him back if he let go. I held him until he slept in the next room. My sister Alice read through court documents, highlighting phrases like criminal negligence and conspiracy to endanger. She asked if I felt anything. I looked at the boy on the bed, breathing easy. For once, Anne said, no anger, no sadness, just confirmation. She sold our sons. Safety for affection gave a predator keys to the fridge and called it love. Now she'd live with the ice in me. I didn't rescue my son. I restored him because she forgot who I was, not just a father. A planner, a good tactician, a man who doesn't play fair once. The game's already broken. She locked my son in a freezer, so I made sure she'd never feel warm again.